The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Let's get to it, CB. You are now rocking with the best. This is the Players Lounge, sponsored by Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Heckma Harrison, and joining me in studio per usual is former Dallas Cowboys safety, Mr. Everything around here, the only 42 we acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Barry Church himself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey.
What's wrong with the intro?
Wait a minute, man. Let me get through it. We ain't gonna let him take us off the rails. And three-time Super Bowl champion. The great Nate Newton is in the building. Big Nate, and you know, per usual, I have over here to the right, it'll be D-Mac, but not today. We got a special guest on the Players Lounge, Mr. Stacey Elliott. And, Mr. Elliott, we got all kind of football questions to ask you, sir.
Yes, indeed.
We got plenty. What you say? This gonna be the normal. Well, say ain't gonna be nothing normal about it.
You know what? I'm just honored to be among greatness.
Yeah.
So
He talking to Nate on that.
Yeah. Now you in the right place.
I'm in the right place.
No
Man,
doubt.
This is the
No
Mecca
doubt.
of Cowboy Nation.
Yeah.
I know where I'm at.
You in the right place.
Wow.
And look, man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, give you the ground rules before we get started now. This is the Players Lounge. So this is player with an E-R-R-A.
Okay.
All right, and what we do, we keep it player on here. You have, whatever's on your mind, whatever you want to talk about, we make sure it get out on this desk right here. But when I start the show, what I always do is ask the fellas how their minds, how they doing the day. Before we go any further, I want everybody to check in. Nate, I'll start with you, brother. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm feeling good. I wish I could say I'm looking good, but that's never one of my strong suits, but I am feeling good.
Well, he on fire today, man. He had already started. BC, what's up with you, man?
Once again, blessed, man. Blessed, man. It's a great day out here. I got my workout in this morning.
42.
Hey, you're the very own. The only one we acknowledge out here, baby.
Yeah.
But things are doing good, Heck. Things are doing good, baby.
Going good. All right, Mr. Elliott, how are you?
I am fantastic. It's a great day to be a Cowboy. It's a great day to be alive. I feel great.
Yeah, man.
No doubt.
Man, I love hearing it. See, Barry Church, if you don't know, if you ever see Barry Church frowning or having a bad day, just leave the building because something wrong.
Right, something going down.
Something that happen. This brother don't never have a bad day, all right? Money long as train smoke. Come on. All right? Barry Church up in there. But look, man, we're going to have a good time. And, first and foremost, thank you for coming on the Players Lounge, man. People know, man, I saw this brother at the game. As soon as I saw him, I said, you got to come on the show. You got to get you on the show.
Oh, man, I'm so honored.
We're honored. We're honored, man, for sure.
So let me tell you something. So I'm going to ask you something that all the people have been asking me, all right? Zeke gonna play on Sunday? No, you don't answer that.
Out the gate, coming in the building.
I ain't gonna do you like that. But I tell you what, that is what everybody want to know. But for me, I'm gonna get my first question out the way right away, man. When did you know? Because, see, I got a baby of my own. He say he an athlete, but I want to know from you, when was that aha moment where you saw it and you was like, oh, he's special? What age was that? When did that happen?
Actually, he was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because all of us as players, former players, we know that you could be great in elementary school and not be great in middle school.
That's right.
You be the greatest player in high school and be mediocre in college.
Right.
You could be mediocre in college and be one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
So every level that he played at, I looked to see, would he play on that same level that he played on the lower level
Right.
and better.
Right.
And it was when we played the University of Alabama
Yes, sir. I remember.
at the Star.
That was 2 bills right there. I think he ran for like 2 bills that game. Whew.
I ain't even gonna lie. I just had tears streaming down my face.
That was it.
Zeke Elliott has arrived.
Yeah.
What did you say, sir?
Ezekiel Elliott has arrived.
No doubt about it.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was never been that kind of father to be like, oh, my son is this and our son is that. Nah. When he was getting recruited, and I told Coach Urban Meyer, I said, listen, I don't want no punk stuff. My son, I want you, give him a fair chance.
Right.
But he's like that board you put in the corner to uphold the foundation between the foundation and you building to put that roof on. If the board break, he ain't meant for the game.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Now, I'm going to tell you something, Miss Elliott. I told Coach Mac Brown the same thing I told my baby, and that played at University of Texas. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And boy, that's strong stuff. Can I get a question in?
Go right ahead.
Now, your son is a hell of an athlete. To me, he's more than just a football player. This hurdling he did early in his career, we know his mother is a hurdler. Where did he get these athletic skills? Was it from
take
you
claim.
or his mother, or was it
We
combined?
take claim on this show.
Yeah.
We take claim.
Or is it combined? Tell us a little bit about you, your spouse, and what's up.
Hey, he get it from his mama.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer, my man.
No doubt.
It's interesting. Ezekiel had emerged at a young age, one of the top hurdlers in the country. Wow. He actually won the AAU national championship one year in the 400 hurdles.
Wow, that's endurance.
That's brutal
But
right
there. Check out how he got into hurdling, though. So he was playing Little League baseball. According to his Little League coach, to this day will say Ezekiel's best sport was baseball.
Wow.
Okay.
So he was playing Little League baseball with Coach Linehan's son.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Okay.
In St. Louis,
Yeah.
when Coach Linehan was in St. Louis. And something that came up, and I said, you know what, Ezekiel, you no longer can play, with that team. And so he thought he was going to get a break.
Yeah. No, there wasn't no breaks.
But his sister, my daughter Layla, was running track, AAU track.
Right.
I said, you're going to do something.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And you're going to run some track. So, at first, Dad, ended up loving it. And it was one of the best things he could ever done, I think, in his development of an athlete.
Right.
Without a doubt.
No, Stacey, that
Was he
is.
4-star? I mean, 4 sports? Did he do 4 sports?
Oh,
or was it
yes.
just track and-
No, he did track. He did basketball.
Yeah.
Football, obviously.
So what was like the love of his early childhood? I know, football, track, baseball, basketball, like you mentioned. Which one was he like in love with? Was it always football from the beginning?
Ezekiel was in love with just being an athlete.
That's it.
He came out the womb, literally.
Right.
Making balls out of paper and socks and
Yeah.
throw them in the trash can.
Yeah.
He just loved it. You didn't have to say, son, do this, do that. He just loved it. Matter of fact,
Wow.
me and his mom to this day don't really talk to him about sports.
Yeah.
Word. Okay.
Yeah, we don't, because you ain't got to talk to him.
Yeah, no doubt.
All we just said to him growing up is we demand excellence. Like I'm sure all of us as
Of
parents,
course.
you demand excellence from them in whatever they're doing.
So I got to ask, you talk about your daughter being a hurdler, your wife a hurdler. Everybody in your family is an athlete. Man, the Elliott game night was probably off the chain. Y'all playing Uno. Somebody got in a fight.
Had to.
Really and true, Ezekiel him and his mom, they used to race against each other and stuff. And man, she's something else because she did a backflip when she was pregnant with him.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So they always would compete against each other and all that. The only thing me and Ezekiel would do was kind of wrestle, and I would hold him down, and the magic word for me to release him was uncle.
Right.
Uncle Rick. He had an Uncle Rick.
Yeah.
That's his mother's uncle.
Right.
So he grabbed me not too long ago.
No, man, no.
Not like this.
Trying to see if I still got grown man.
He tried it. He tried the OG. He tried the
I
OG.
said, hey, you got it, bro.
What was your athletic? What was your skill set as an athlete?
I was pretty fast. I was
Right.
a defensive end.
Okay.
Outside linebacker. I grew up in the metropolitan area in New York. I went to
Right.
Hackensack High School.
Okay.
I only played 2 years of high school football.
Okay.
Right.
Football really saved my life.
Yes, sir.
Got me out of, I grew up in the hood and all those type of things that come along with it. the liabilities. And within 2 years, I was one of the top recruits in the metropolitan area. I ended up signing with the University of Missouri, Columbia.
Wow. Man, now what year did you play in Missouri?
I was there I played from 88 to 92.
88 to 92.
Yeah, I was a part of that fifth down game.
What position was you at?
Outside linebacker.
There we go. Defensive side of the ball. We love it. We love it.
I'm looking because I played defense.
Oh, okay.
I played defense in college too.
Yeah. So
I think somebody else.
Yeah, man. I'm from Kansas State. I played at Kansas State University.
Right.
So
is that right?
That is right. So I mean, we all
What year was you there?
93. Yeah. So right when you left, I was coming.
I know Stoops.
Oh man,
I know
awesome.
Coach Stoops.
Which one? Bob, Mike?
Bob.
Yeah.
Because Bob was there when you came.
Yeah.
K-State.
Jim Levitt.
Yeah.
All those guys.
He coached me in the blue and gray All-Star game. So I'm telling my age, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Now you came up in the old Big Eight.
Yeah, the Big Eight.
Yeah, eight.
Ooh, that turf was crazy. I played on.
Yeah,
It was like cement.
Yeah, it was. No, it was, man.
Not like the link.
No, I went. That old school.
Link, big dog.
I actually took a visit to Columbia, man. Beautiful campus. We have a lot of Missouri graduates here.
Is that right?
That work for the Dallas Cowboys, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't go far without bumping into a Tiger around here. But I got to ask you also, man, as a father of a Dallas Cowboy, how do you filter the noise as a parent? How do you do that? I mean, because I know if my baby out there playing, I'm watching everybody. I want to know how do you filter that? It's got to be rough not to be tuned in all the time.
I tell you, brother, it gets rough sometimes.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, he'll tell me and his mom, stay off Twitter. Stay off social media. That boy watch our social media like it ain't done.
Oh, no.
But, it's tough. It's really tough to, it gives to me a new meaning on, not to be religious, God gave his only begotten son.
Yeah.
And to put his son through that.
Right.
Man, that's why I'm not God.
That's right.
That's right.
It's tough. It is really tough. It's tough to see him get injured. Yeah. It's tough. I don't have to talk to him a lot. I know him. We're connected like that.
Yeah.
I don't have to see him a lot. We're connected like that.
Right.
And it gets tough.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
the haters ain't gonna never stop.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, man, I tell you what, I watch your baby, man, and I heard Coach Urban Meyer say this. And that, because when you was getting ready to draft, I think I was on the defensive tip. A guy called into the show I was on. He said, man, y'all have talked about this Ezekiel kid, and you know who he is and what he. When I saw him against Bama, I saw ESPN stop working with me because I think the next game they played. I don't know.
Slid that in there.
I'm serious. The next game they was playing, they had me at the stadium, and they said, Big Noon, da-da-da-da. I said, they got this kid. This running back, I said, I forgot his name, but he bust Bama for over 170 yards. He going to kill his next team. It ain't going to even be no game. They went to a commercial because they wanted me to say it was going to be a game. Mm. Your boy ran through him. And from that point on, man, me and Mackie Spagnuolo was doing the show.
Yeah.
We was all about your baby, man.
Yeah,
and been about him since.
Appreciate
been about him since.
Appreciate that.
I can attest you have been on him.
Tell you, man, Coach Urban Meyer said he's not a running back. This kid is the ultimate football player. So I started looking at him, picking up blitzes, picking up the leakage off the offensive line. That's more than a running back, bro. That's a football player.
Yeah. Thank you for those kind words. They go real far right now.
Well, what is your journey been like as a parent? Going through, obviously from the draft status, being drafted up until this point.
Hey, you know what? Actually, all our lives changed when he was in college.
Right.
Well, a lot of people don't know. I had to get my son bodyguards at the Ohio State University. And there was no book, no manual. I wanted to find Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
Somebody. Joe Jackson. Somebody.
They'll tell you how this thing goes. Give you the book.
Yeah, I mean, and so it got, so the journey changed all of our lives. obviously when you get drafted, now you're a multimillionaire, it changed my son's life and everything. Right. But as a father, like I said, the biggest thing, I think the biggest struggle is just trying to not be so emotional.
Yeah.
You know, and knowing that, you know, because what happened, being at Ohio State, I ended up becoming like a special aide to Urban Meyer.
Okay.
Right.
And so when you hear people call me the ambassador, that's where that started.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
So every athlete, their parents, their family is tied to their brand, but I'm kind of a little different because I'm more of a public figure.
Right.
And so that in itself, as you guys as public figures know, can be trying too.
Yes.
You know, because if I do something, whether it's wrong or right, it's going to be Ezekiel Elliott's father.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
And we never want to put ourselves in the position that our children have to make a decision. Because like I tell people, this is his job.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, this is his job.
Wow.
And obviously maneuvering through that with the ebb and flows of his career. I'll just go back to last year. You probably, as a parent, you knew that he was out there the entire season playing hurt.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Matter of fact, he been playing hurt more than in a few seasons.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
But his mindset is, what football player don't play hurt?
Right.
His mindset is, because at Ohio State, we teach them you're an elite warrior.
Right.
You know, and so it's like, as a football player, you're always going to have some type of soreness, some type of, you know, injury.
Right.
You know, and so, but yeah, that he's different.
Yeah.
You got to literally drag that man off the field.
And see,
so,
if y'all need me to
different.
drag him, I got it. I'm telling you, it's better. It's better. Like today, I don't want him to play because what he can do in December is way better than what can happen right now.
Exactly.
And so, and see, we fought with that last year, man. Me, him, and our guy, we do these shows together, and we fought with that. I know he's hurt. Mm-hmm. This is not Zeke. You cannot play in this league as a running back more than 5 years. It just don't happen. Now you got 7? Come on, man.
Especially with his style.
Come on. With his style?
Yeah.
Come on. And that's what I tell people. But you know what, man? I don't want to get emotional either. I'm serious because what we're talking about him is I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna turn this over to you, dog.
No, I mean, you're spot on, Nate. We know what Zeke has been dealing with, and what is right now. We're in that situation where, hey, we got 1.5 backs right now. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do.
What Davis going to do.
Yeah, what Davis going to
really
do. We got a lot of stuff going on coming down the pipe because we got a game on Sunday, but we got Stacey Elliott in the building. Ezekiel Elliott's dad. And, man, we're going to talk football. You in the lounge, so you got to talk ball.
Yes, sir.
You got
to talk ball.
He got a 0 on his chest at Ohio State. What is that?
Iced out, too. It's iced out.
Hey, believe that. But we're going to be right back here on the Players Lounge.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Come celebrate Emmitt Smith's 20th anniversary of his record-breaking run at the next and final stop of the Dallas Cowboys Collections on Tour. Come hang out at Grapevine Mills Saturday, October 29th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Customize your new Emmitt Smith hat, plus see rare Dallas Cowboys archives and original artwork. We'll see you then. Well, that's going to be all right there. Nate, you going to try and make it out?
What's that?
The 20th anniversary of the record-breaking run from Emmitt Smith on October 29th.
You got to go, huh?
You got to go. You got to be there, Nate.
Now, Emmitt was supposed to have a deal. I was going to try to surprise him tonight, and he canceled the deal.
Well, man, it's raining cats and dogs.
But he said his family couldn't get in town. He wanted all his family to be a part of it, so I won't be able to make it, man, but I was going to try to rock with him tonight,
But we're back here on the Players Lounge. I got Nate Newton in the building, Barry Church in the building, Mr. Stacey Elliott is in the building, and this is the part, like I said, man, when I told you before, you come on the Players Lounge, we're going to talk ball,
Yes,
we're going to get in your business a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, but then we're going to stop and we're going to talk ball. Look, here it is. We know that Sunday we could be dealing with a situation where we may not have Zeke, and if that's the case, since Mr. Elliott won't tell us. Just wink one time. But Tony Pollard, Nate, how do we use Tony Pollard in the matchup versus the Bears? The Bears, like we know, still have a defense. How do we use Tony Pollard on Sunday in Zeke's absence?
In the third down situations where it's more than 4 yards, where it's a possible pass situation, spread it out. Let him see where the blitz is actually coming from. The more you tighten it down, the more they can walk people in and out.
Right.
Send somebody across back to formation. Make us know if they come and let us have some type of a hint. And I think Dak's smart enough. And as a defensive player, am I talking right here? Help me out.
No, you're doing right, because if you get that pre-snap motion going back and forth, it's a huge indicator for the quarterback that it's either going to be man-to-man or it's going to be zone. And if it's some type of blitz, they'll be able to indicate that as well. And it'll help Pollard out, because that's one of the points in his game where I think he struggles a little bit, and that blitz pickup. He's not Zeke to where he's able to stonewall guys that just come through the line of scrimmage. Pollard's a little bit lighter, and we've seen him miss a couple blocks here and there, and you don't want to do that with Dak just coming back from his injury. So I'm with you on that pre-snap motion, spreading things out, making sure he knows who's coming and where they're coming from. And if I'm using Pollard, I wouldn't give him that heavy workload. I wouldn't make him a workhorse back. I split the carries up between him and whoever the backup's going to be out there. But I'd like to see him in the pass game as well. Maybe give him some screens out there, some bubble screens, let him get some yak in the open field. We know he's an explosive player, so when you get him out in space and give that guy the ball, hopefully he can do big things.
Now, got to ask you now, how do we use Tony Pollard in a situation where we don't have Zeke?
Well, at The Ohio State University, Coach Urban Meyer always talked about Percy Harvin.
Right.
And
bad man.
And Coach Meyer helped evolve the spread, the modern-day spread. So how I see is using Pollard to our strength. You play him out in space. Bubble screens. Create mismatches. Create mismatches, because there ain't no linebacker going to be able to come in.
Right.
And most cornerbacks really can't.
Right.
So get the ball to him, out in space more. And like you was talking about, third and long, things like that, give him a better opportunity. He's a blocker, but it's difficult. Yeah. That's a difficult for all kind of running backs. It's almost like catching punt return. That's difficult too. And so I think just use him to his strength. Put the ball in his hand, out in space, create mismatches.
How has it been for you watching the Cowboys this year? They're definitely using a combination of them both together, where you've been used to Zeke shouldering the load down after down after down. How is it for you watching it and seeing him now be able to rest up and Pollard not be any drop-off when he comes in?
You know, I've had to evolve as a father with Ezekiel and someone who's a former football player. Because to be honest with you, Ezekiel ain't no joke in space. But they don't use him like that. Yeah. They never really have used him in space. At Ohio State, they didn't use him as much in space. So my humble opinion, Ezekiel's game he developed starting at Ohio State is wear them down. Right. Punish them. Mm-hmm. Right. You know, I remember I said, Ezekiel, what's going on, man? You be going like this. You trying to get taken out? He said, no, Dad, that means they're tapping out.
Hey,
that was different. Right. You know, and so at this stage in his development, his career, I have to evolve. You know, and one thing I've always done as a father is trust the process. Never question the coaches and don't even say nothing to Ezekiel.
Man, how do you do that?
Discipline.
How do you do that? Don't question the coaches. Let me write that down right now.
I have to agree with you there. I have to agree with you there. Yeah.
Ezekiel to this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's so hard to do.
It put me in a position as a father, as the father at one point, the highest paid running back in the history of America.
Yeah. So
those type of things help me. Knowing that Ezekiel don't only want to hear it because he's a selfless guy. Yeah. He has his own goals and objectives, but the young man is very selfless.
No, man, I love hearing that, especially they tapping out. Because that's universal signal for I want to come out, but no, they tapping out. So when I see that, I'm like, yeah, we got him. They tenderizing him. It's a tenderize, the obey. He put that obey on him. Right? But on the other side on Sunday, I think, man, we have not talked enough, and I don't want to do that this week. Okay. You know, you know me, man. I'm a Cowboy fan. Everybody know it, man. You know, to the fault. I don't apologize. I don't apologize at all about it. Me and Nate Newton, we by ourselves in this. But Barry always bring me down to earth about what's going on.
Neutralize it
a little bit. But Justin Fields at Ohio State, Justin Fields, 6'4", 220 pounds, fast as a gazelle. Brother can run.
That boy can run.
And I think what we saw versus the Patriots was his talent as a quarterback is if the play breaks down, he will jump out the window on you, and that is where he is most dangerous. I don't think I've ever thought that I would see a Bill Belichick's defense that didn't understand that or at least stay disciplined in those running lanes that would shut him down. He balled on them, and he made it impossible for them to stop him. How do we stop Justin Fields for his strong suit, which we know is running?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier said than done because, like you said, man, this is a big guy who can run like a gazelle. And when you're dealing with guys like that, and, you know, we got a lot of pass rushers that come in waves that are kind of trying to get those sacks out there. But the one thing our defensive line, they can't do is rush past the quarterback. Because you rush past the quarterback, like you said, he's going to jump out that window. He's going to be gone. All right? So we got to play disciplined football. And what I mean by that is, if you guys in the A gap, stay in the A gap. You know, don't play any hero ball out there because if you go thinking you got to make every play out there, 9 times out of 10, that's how the defense is going to get compromised. And that's how big runs happen. So we got to play disciplined football, and you got to keep this man in the pocket. Now, like I said, it's easier said than done because he's made fools of a lot of great defensive ends out there. So you got to keep this man in the pocket and make him perform from the pocket. I don't think he's at the level yet where he's using his legs to scramble to buy time to get those receivers the ball down the field. I don't think he's gotten there yet, but he's on his way. I think he's more likely, if my first and second reads aren't there, I'm just taking off to get this first down with my legs. So got to keep this guy in the pocket, and we got to figure out who's going to spy this guy because our linebackers, I love them, LVE, Barr, but I don't think they can hang with this guy in the open field.
You know.
I know they can't hang with this guy in the open field.
Yeah.
And we had some success with Hurts when bringing down that safety. You know, Wilson or Curson being that spy. I loved how they did that. The only thing about that is you can't do that on first and second down. Because if you have a safety in that box, they're going to run right down the field on you. I mean, those big linemen going to get up on that safety and push them back, and they're going to get 5 yards a pop. So third down, spying with a safety, I'm cool with that. But first and second down, we got to figure out how can we contain this guy and not let him jump out the window.
I just maybe I'm giving him too much credit for the Patriots game, but I saw a kid that seemed like he was waking up. And see, I don't think we're giving him enough ability for his arm and I know it's different in the pros than in college. But this kid can throw in college.
Yeah, he can throw.
I mean,
he can throw.
I just think it's got to open up. I just think not this week. Please, not this week.
Don't let it. Not now.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we got to – I'm going to go back to what my man over here was saying, BC. We got to play disciplined football.
Yeah.
I know Justin Fields personally. When I was on Urban staff doing recruiting, I know his dad. His dad called me yesterday talking about, hey, Stace, man, make sure, just tell them don't hurt my son. Justin is a quarterback, but I know his training.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not going to be easy to impose our will on him like we've done with previous running quarterbacks. I know that for a fact. Yeah. So we got to be disciplined. And we, I'm with you with spying him the first two downs, but the boy can throw too. And he can run, and he ain't no punk.
Yeah.
He ain't no punk.
Yeah.
So we just got to play disciplined football.
When you see him as a young, developing quarterback, obviously being a part of Ohio State, the culture, and knowing his capability, do you see him on that trajectory as one of those future quarterbacks in the NFL?
Definitely, because what we do at Ohio State is we train the athlete that we don't accept losing. Like the culture is we don't accept losing. That at Ohio State, we love winning more than we hate winning. I mean, losing more than we love winning.
Yeah. That's right.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So he's got that mentality. It's going to take a lot to break him. That's the culture.
And the culture around here is we gonna keep it playing. That's all we've been doing, Big Nate.
That's all we've
been doing, Big Nate. Just keeping it playing. We're gonna take another break. This is gonna be our final break while we got Mr. Stacey Elliott in the building. Zeke's dad is here on the Players Lounge. Man, it's so good, man. That's why I got my computer out.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Head to AT&T Stadium on Saturday, October 29th to experience Rally Day presented by SeatGeek. Get ready to cheer on the Dallas Cowboys with tours of AT&T Stadium, ticket giveaways, games, inflatables, and more. Visit AT&TStadium.com/rallydays for tickets and more information. Read it verbatim. Nate got the big Nate Newton in the building.
There it is. There's that intro.
Who we got over there?
Hey, The only 42 we acknowledge.
The only 42.
Hey, Barry Church is in the building. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Got Stacey Elliott in the building. He's been keeping it real with us here on the Players Lounge, talking about what we got to do to get a victory on Sunday. And I don't want to count them before we get them. All right, that's what I don't want to do.
Do what?
I don't want to count them before we get them.
Oh, you talking about next week?
The victory.
Come on,
Next
bro.
week.
Yes.
Because this one already taken care of.
It's a wrap, huh?
Oh, yeah, you know how I feel.
I know how you
Yeah,
get
you know
down.
how I feel.
How you
Come
get
on, man.
down.
Rap.
Come on,
It's
Nate.
over with,
I ain't
huh?
clean. I ain't clean your area up.
Yeah, it's over, man. We done scorched these Bears, boy.
Ooh, okay.
All right, Nate. So, look, man. Well, I tell you what. So, I ain't got to even ask you who you take. I already know your score.
No, bro.
And you know what Nate is. What's the score, Nate? All I need is one. All I need is one. All I need is by one. But, Nate, when you wake up Sunday, which part of our team, I mean, which group is going to have to come ready to play on Sunday?
Understand this. We stopped Detroit a fumble. And they were only up by, I think, 7 points. Mm-hmm. And they literally abandoned their running game.
It's gone.
Matt Eberflus ain't going for that. If we don't have these dudes 7 and 9 points, they're going to continue to pound that ball up into the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left when they forced to pass it. They're going to run that ball. And they're going to hit us with some play-action pass. Luke Gasky, I think, is their offensive coordinator. I'm telling you, I think they done found something. We're going to have to be on these guys. Our defense is going to have to shut the run down.
So, defensive line.
Yes, sir. Defensive line. We're going to have to shut it down. Don't play with these guys. Shut the run down.
BC, what group you saying, what unit has to come to the stadium ready?
I'm 100% in agreement with Nate. It's going to have to be that D-line. I think this is going to be a battle of the trenches. You know, which side is going to be more hungry and want it more versus their offensive line or our defensive line? Because like we said, this is a running team. You know, they got two good backs in Montgomery. They got Herbert out there, and they got Fields who can run that thing as well. So, to me, it's going to be a battle of the trenches. I know their offensive line is kind of banged up. I know the center is kind of dealing with some things. They got a young tackle out there as well. But they're going to come and they're going to play hard. They're going to play extremely hard out there. They run that rock. They like they said, they're not going to give up on it. You know, the teams we've gone against so far, like if we go all the way back to Cincinnati, you know, they had their running game going against us a little bit, but for some reason they just abandoned it. And they let, you know, this Dallas defense go ham with their pass rushers. So this team, they won't abandon it. I don't care if they down 2 scores or 1 score, they're going to keep running that ball. So this defensive line, along with those linebackers, they got to step up and ready to play big boy football because this is going to be a battle of the trenches for sure.
Now, how have you enjoyed sitting in the stands watching a defense ball like the one that we have? Man.
You know, I'm a defensive guy.
Yeah, I know. But I'm sure you sitting there like, oh, man, Micah, you after my own heart.
Yes. Yes.
Penn State.
I tell you what, I'm going to go with the offense, though.
Okay.
See, let Chicago come in here tripping. Feed Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Let them, you know, because sometimes they don't have all the men in the box and all that. Okay, come tripping.
Yeah. Right.
All right, and we feed Tony Pollard, our offensive line, block good, which is going to open up the pass, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then we put the nails in the coffin, and once we run the score, by now playing out in space.
Wow. Okay.
So I ain't got to ask you who you got either. So we already got it over. So you got the offense, we got the defensive line. Look, I completely agree. My thing has been this running game. That's the one thing that's giving me pause about this matchup. We talked about it all week. Mm-hmm. You know, we know that they have a formidable running game. They can't be overlooked. Justin Fields is dangerous. And that part about it, I think, man, our defensive line has got to stay on par. But I'm interested to see the effects of the trade that they've made with Hankins.
Yeah, I know Hankins from Ohio State.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I just love it. Mr. Jerry Jones,
we know where to go get him.
You know,
Yeah.
Noah Brown, come on now. Malik Hooker.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So what type of effect do you believe that Hankins is going to have for the Cowboys in the running game?
He's gonna come and he's a winner. He's coming from that culture.
Yeah.
That, he's not satisfied with losing. I think that he plays the run very good. But, I do want to add this, though. If we keep our defense off the field, see, if we keep our defense off the field, I believe they're going to cut. I believe if we come out and we feed Pollard, we're going to catch him tripping. Mm-hmm. And I ain't talking about on space.
Yeah.
I think we're going to catch him tripping because you're going to disrespect us.
Right.
Because we can handle them, man on man.
Wow.
And, okay, feed them.
32 minutes.
Yeah.
All we need is 32 minutes from our offense.
Yeah, we don't want to have our defense out there.
That's right.
Mm-mm. We got to keep that. That's the power of a run game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In offense, people don't understand how valuable that is to the defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And especially going up against Eberflus's defense. That we know, hey, we got to run them out of certain coverages. That's what's going to be pivotal. And that's why I start this whole conversation with how do you use Tony Pollard? Because you cannot abandon the running game.
Do it.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, you cannot abandon the running game. And we talked about it yesterday about the formula. Can we stick to the formula that we know is a winning formula, which is more than what we say, 33 runs a game, 33 attempts per game?
If you got 70, and Coach McCarthy talks about, I need 70 plays or more. And I tell people, if you can give me 25, maybe 27 run-type plays, you can have that pass because I'm going to sprinkle in just enough to keep you honest. Like Pop say, tripping.
Yeah. You're going to be tripping out there.
Tripping, yeah.
Because our offense have to impose our will on them.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So they're going to come in tripping. Remember I said this.
All right. We're going to say it on Monday. That's what it's going to be all about. So how they came in here tripping and we ran down on them. For offensive linemen, I'm surprised you didn't say that our offensive lineman had to come ready to go.
Oh, no. We talked about that yesterday, and I've been talking about it on every show. It's 2 or 3 people that didn't welcome Dak back last week, and the offensive line didn't welcome him back. Yeah. They're not in the right and proper fashion by protecting him.
Yeah. Right.
And so we need for them to – if this thing will come down to, like you said, the trenches. If our offensive line play well, it's over.
Yeah.
They can't struggle.
I agree.
Yes.
Totally.
We're going to give us your prediction and score then, Nate.
I'm going to tell you what, man. I think we're going to blow these dudes out, man. I got us at a whopping 3-point win.
That's a blowout.
A whopping 3. Hey, man, I don't know where you come up with this. A whopping.
We're going to kill him, dog.
We're going to kill him by 3 points. BC, what's your prediction and score for this one?
The boys going to win this game. I'm going to give it a 24-10. I think they're going to
it's going to be like that?
Yeah, 24-10.
Ooh, you read my mind.
There it is. Yeah, we're on the same page, baby.
24-10.
There it is.
All right, and how we get it done? Give me a description. Is it going to run? We're going to go on ground or we going through the air? How we doing?
We're going to own the time of possession.
That's right.
Doing
That's
that,
right.
we're going to stick with the game plan,
That's
leaning
right.
on that run, leaning on that defense, taking care of the football, and we're going to get it done. 24-10.
All right, 24-10, and you going with the?
I'm going with 24-10, and the same thing. Just feed Tony Pollard traditionally as a running back.
Right.
Offensive lineman.
Right. Do your job.
Impose your will on him.
But I want to know about the 0 first out of Ohio. What is it? I want to know about that
Impose
first.
your will. Let's not get pretty.
There it is.
Let's keep it straight up, blue collar.
And how we gonna catch him? We gonna catch him tripping. He gonna catch him tripping. Gonna come in there with that. Man, gonna catch him tripping. I like that.
Sir. Wow.
Man, this is so awesome, man. Hey, man, thank you, man. I sure appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
No, man, thank you so much. And I would, hey, man, and Stacey, let me tell you, every Friday when we're in the building, it get kind of loud because I got to shout it out. So you may want to take
I'm with you. I want to feel it.
You want to feel it?
Nate want to feel it.
Yeah, let me feel it. Let me feel it with Big Nick.
Cowboy Nation, I hope your team wins.
Yes, sir.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.